It's week 1 of the NFL, and we've got a rematch of last year's AFC Championship game. It's the Ravens and the Chiefs on Thursday night primetime.
From one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. The wait is finally over. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis here on the start of a new NFL season, and we kick it off with a bang on Thursday night.
What's interesting about these Thursday night games is oftentimes we hear people say, is it really fair for players to play on Thursday night? But what did we hear from both of these teams going into this one? How excited they were to have the spotlight on their teams, their franchises, the rest of the league watching them go at it.
With fall around the corner, football is back, America, and we're underway on EA Sports. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So now the Ravens getting ready for their first go on offense. And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Now 2nd and 5. Here's Richardson to throw. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
Well, 1 for 1, a lot more to go. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. Now we're at the 41, 2nd and 9. Now Richardson. And now this one may draw a penalty. He just blindly threw that one to the sideline. And yet, indeed, the flag is out. Well, we saw it, too. Nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you've got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the penalty.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up fourth.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. So here are the Chiefs now under their veteran head coach, Andy Reid. They'll be left. First overall selection of the 2016 draft. From Cal, it's Jared Goff.
And at one point, the ascension of Jared Goff was really, really strong. Back-to-back Pro Bowls, took his team to the Super Bowl, and came really within one quarter of winning it. But since that time, he's had bouts of inconsistency, and that's been the struggle for him as he tries to get back to the form he showed earlier in his career.
Here's 2nd and 10. Play action. It's Goff. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack. And it's 3rd down.
I always love the opening game of the season. And for the players, always nice to get those firsts out of the way, isn't it? How about here? The first sack of the season. Not just in the first game, but in the opening drive. That's the way to get things kicked off.
And the pressure gets to him again. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Fielded at the 33. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Now an option play on 2nd down. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. Stuck for a loss by the linebacker, Josie Jewell. But that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think it's big boys up front, that offensive line. They've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
Richardson looking to throw. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Mixon with a first down carry. And good penetration here. They'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. DeForest Buckner in on the tackle. So from just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and 9. They go play action with Richardson. Sliding out of the pocket. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Buried for the sack by big Jalen Carter.
They've been fighting and scratching and clawing for that first sack in the game, and it turns out to be a big one. Not just a short one right there behind the line. First one they get, 10-plus yards, and a guy who has the legs to escape most of these.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And a return across midfield and to the 46-yard line.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
A quick first down pickup. Good start after going 3 and out on their opening drive. Off play action. Here's Goff. And that one too high and incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Hand off to Spears. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Here's Goff. Finding his target, it's Trey McBride. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 25-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Dueling the man in motion. Now it's Goff. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. They come up with exactly 1 minute to go in this first quarter. Now Goff. And he'll find Everett there, complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
Maverick!
Again, Goff. He's got his target. That's complete. Touchdown. A great effort there. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Chiefs take the early turnover.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal. Spears will take this one in. It's a Chiefs touchdown.
Sometimes offensive can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. The result's not great thus far. A punt on the first drive and an interception last time out.
And let's face it, every team wants to come out on the field and play with some confidence, play with some tempo, play with some rhythm. And when you're making those types of mistakes, you're not getting any of that put together.
So what do you say, time to get back to the basics for them?
In a lot of ways, yes. But the biggest one, of course, is finding people who will take care of the football and make a few plays. You got to have a drive now that calms down the entire team.
Now it's Richardson. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And they'll spot him at the 3-yard line. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
After the interception, here's Goff. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. Second quarter from Arrowhead. The Chiefs in possession as they come up now, second and goal. Out of the gun to give to Spears. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on third and goal. Now Goff on third and goal. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on third down. So far, only allowed one conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
Badgley's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Out is their quarterback with this offense to take over once more. And he's had his struggles here early with a couple of interceptions as he'll try to refocus with a 1st and 10 to start this drive. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson. Escaping the pressure right. That's complete to Michael Wilson. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Mixon will try the right side, and he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Now Richardson back to throw it. And a completion to Wilson. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Richardson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try to figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Chiefs are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Spears. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 23-yard line.
In motion goes the tight end. Goff. That one's taken in by Spears. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line.
A gain of 4 yards. And the Kansas City Chiefs. First down.
Here's Goff. So nothing doing there, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Now Goff. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
Well, he left no doubt about that one because even though he hasn't left the pocket, he's got a receiver in the area, so it's not grounding, even though there was no way that ball was going to be caught.
A shotgun snap for Goff. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
On 1st and 10, it's Spears to about the 40-yard line.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. Goff now to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. From the gun, here's Goff. Johnson's got it complete. And a nice pickup there as he'll get about 9, and that will lead us to a stoppage here at the 2-minute warning. From the 41, this is 2nd and a yard. Here's Goff. Again, it's Johnson. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Out of the gun, Goff. This is taken in by McBride. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit, and another first down.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Goff now looking to throw. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
What's that?
Gone. That's complete to McBride. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. To throw is Goff. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense. as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. They'll send the tight end in motion. Back to throw. Goff. Got his tight end. That's complete. It's McBride. Really nice gain on the completion. However, still third and goal that they face now.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's third and goal. Goff now looks to throw. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
Badgley able to knock this one through. So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the fourth quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
A promising sign there from an offense that hasn't done a whole lot to this point. Nice job to locate the open receiver. And it's good yardage and a first down to open the drive.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Richardson looking to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A final shot before the half. Richardson. And he will find his man Samuel. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So we have reached halftime here in the Thursday night opener. As we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks...
All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Here's Myers now to kick it away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Chiefs ready to go on offense to begin quarter number 3. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Now it's Goff off the bootleg. A short one here, caught by McBride. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down.
Nice grab by McBride, and he's someone who took a massive leap a season ago. Not only did he lead the Cardinals in receiving, but he did so by more than 250 yards, and he expects to even have better output this season.
They go quickly here out to Moore. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it's second down. They'll bring a tight end in motion left. Finding Johnson on the out route. That's complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half. Throw left side, hauled in by McBride. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Second down and a little more than a yard here. On the toss, it's Spears. And a good stiff arm and some space to run. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Right back to Spears. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And here's a give to Spears. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Now Goff. That pass complete to Moore. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No first down. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Badgley able to punch this one through. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
The Ravens offense and Anthony Richardson ready for this next possession. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. From the 41, here's 2nd and a yard. Here's Richardson to throw. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes. Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
2nd and 9 from the 44. Now Richardson. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Credit the sack to the Oregon Duck, DeForest Buckner.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's into the hands of Tutu Atwell. And he gets this to the 48, but no further. Well short of the line to gain. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
There's another example what defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They give up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. They'll go for it. Here's Richardson. Flush to his right. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. And Wilson in motion left. Here's a tap forward by Richardson. And he's just going to run right into that big old defensive end, and that play going nowhere. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We're back now in KC. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the 4th. Behind the chain, 2nd and 12. Now it's Richardson. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
Now Richardson back to throw it. And that will be incomplete as well.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
Offense.
Well, as a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there. Here's Goff. And that going to be taken in by Ashton Doolin. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Now Goff. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
Off the 41-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5.
Second and 5.
Here we go, tonight.
Now it's Goff. That one's taken in by Spears. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Just a gain of a couple there. And now we've got a third down and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. From the gun on third down, Goff. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 4.